Salzman, it's my good fortune to be the head of Jonathan Edwards College. Along with Dean Yasser Robles, I am pleased to welcome you all to this event. We all just experienced the grandeur of the formal commencement ceremony celebrating the 324th graduating class of Yale College. We are now here to honor and to congratulate the remarkable JE class of 2025. You are the 92nd class to graduate from this college on this spot. Here we will honor these Yale alums and we will acknowledge their place among our history of distinguished graduates. As head of the college, I get many requests from alums to come and visit this courtyard. For many of you, class of 2025, there are already memories that are associated with this place, and I suspect those memories will last for all your lifetimes. For others, the power of these memories will emerge with time. Memories of flower beds, the entryways, lawn games, conversations with friends that took place in this spot. So it is appropriate that we hold this ceremony here to honor you. And I beg your indulgence with the tight fit. We are the largest graduating class of any of the residential colleges this year. Which explains to some extent the 900 chairs that are set up in the room and the tight arrangements, which I beg your indulgence with. I'll start with some brief remarks. First, I address the JE community, and I'll do that by telling you about the people on the stage with me, as these are individuals who have been instrumental in the life of this college and the lives of these graduates. First, the truly amazing staff of Jonathan Edwards College, who have enhanced all of our lives in too many ways. Jill, Gigi, Nicole, and Shannon. Dexter and Vinny, who take care of our gardens and make the place wonderful. Ian and his facilities staff, John, Daniel, and the dining hall staff. JE has the best staff. And Dean Robles and I are able to live here and to do the work that we do because of our wonderfully supportive partners. Tamara Robles, the dean's wife, and Christina Pavlak, associate head, and my wife. I want to give a special thanks to the JE College aides, Katie, Alex, Peter, Alejandra, Elle, Elias, Brittany, Daniela. Just a fabulous group of JE students who have worked incredibly hard over the past days to make sure that your senior week and these days of celebration went perfectly. Thank you all. Our two graduating college aides, Adam and Riddick. You guys were no help at all this week. But you're wonderful people and we're going to miss you. Thank you. And we have the JE Fellows seated on the stage behind me. There you are. The fellows are senior members of JE. They're faculty members, JE alums, former heads of college, and community leaders. They've been a remarkable resource for JE students and for the dean and me, serving as advisors, mentors, and friends. Can I ask the JE alums in the audience to stand and be recognized? Been helped and supported by so many JE alums. I have to say, and I believe that this is really true, once you've lived and worked in this space, you might never leave it. I will have more to say about that in a minute. It's a tight community with strong bonds and fondness for each other. The second group I want to address is the families and friends of our graduating seniors. I'm so pleased that you are here. Please, let's clap for them. Now, I know that there are others who would like to be here and cannot be here. There are dear friends and family members who are unable for some reason to be here, although they wanted to be. For many graduates, there is a loved one who was lost before we arrived at this happy day, and I especially ask us to think of those people. We salute all those precious people now, as I believe that they're with us, their spirits swirling around us in this tent, bucking us up at this time when we miss them. I turn my attention now to the JE class of 2025. You're graduating from college today. I graduated as head of college 3 years ago, but somehow, with great joy, I am back. And that is to say that I have had the experience of moving out of JE after living with you and other JE students for 6 years. And I discovered that I powerfully missed it all. The fireside chats, the pulling your names from a hat at Culture Draw, the insightful Pascus Mellon forums, the elegant spider balls, the brief conversations in the dining room and on the screen. There was a lot to miss, and I was scared about leaving. I said, wait a minute. I reread the speech that I made 3 years ago on this occasion. I said, since I have made the decision to step away from this post, I have gotten a little more scared every day. Maybe you can understand some of this. You're leaving here too, and I bet that in the midst of your joy, you're feeling a little bit scared. If you are with me in this, I ask, what are we afraid of? Before you came to Yale, before you moved into JE, you likely thought a lot about the kind of person you wanted to be in college. How will I approach my classes? How will I find friends? How will I know if I'm doing the right things? Before I moved into JE for the first time, I thought the same kinds of thoughts. What kind of head of college will I be? Will I be liked? Will I make the right decisions? Will I be able to remember anyone's name? I hoped that I was a good head as I tried to answer all those questions in the right way. But then, starting in 2022, I was not head of this college, and I struggled with that loss. I felt a sense that I no longer belonged, that I was not needed. This reminds me of a story that I've told at other diploma ceremonies. My oldest daughter, Noah, and I were walking up High Street many years ago, and a JE student passed us by and said, "Hello, Head Salzman." After that student passed, Noah asked, "Daddy, are you famous?" And I replied, "Yes, Noah, on High Street, I am famous." But this was a more recent thought. What if stepping away from living in JE made me lose my identity? You, JE 2025, and other JE students and this wonderful staff and these dedicated JE fellows have taught me so much about what it means to live among others. I urge you in the days to come, as you find yourself in a new part of the world or in different circumstances, to embrace the understanding that you are the right person to be in that place. I urge you to strive to be authentic, to use the things you've learned in the past years, of course, but to do it in a way that feels like you, to practice being you. Because the work that is before you now is important. For my daughters, Noah and Willa, and the dean's children, Luca and Maya, you are the most important generation. You'll make a difference in their lives. You will become the writers they admire, the inventors who craft their experience, the legislators that shape their world, the doctors who guard their health, the teachers who inspire them to do their best work. And that for you should feel like a huge responsibility. But because I know you, JE 2025, I can say with 100% certainty, you're prepared for this. I'm happy to celebrate today your preparedness, and I want to emphasize my absolute trust in you to insert yourselves into that critical, important role. You are prepared, and I will miss you. So now it is time for us to announce prizes and awards, which we will do as expeditiously and joyfully as possible. These awards celebrate our students, and they deserve it. Let me say, however, that I stand with those who don't get an award today. That's standing with myself when I graduated from college. Each of you has gone through a great development in your years here, and for some it has been personal, idiosyncratic. Some have achieved amazing things in categories that don't get recognized with awards. We have no award for best drummer, or most refined understanding of transfer RNA, or the one who goes the farthest distance for a friend. I want to recognize these people, all of you, before we recognize the few. So, Dean Robles, please join me.
I always have to lower the mic everywhere. I don't know why. I have the privilege to be your dean one more day. And as you can see right behind me, there's another special person for you here, Dean Ferrando. Those are tears of joy. Can I show you that? So now to our awards. We would like for Warner Hoshide to please stand. Warner, we wish to give you a special recognition today. Today, you will not only receive your Yale diploma, but also a commission as an infantry officer in the U.S. Army. Wow. We congratulate you for this honor, and we thank you for your service.
Yale traditionally offers some special all-college prizes and major university awards. This year, we are proud to recognize a JE student who has won a university-wide award. Carmen Lopez Villamel. Carmen, it is our distinct pleasure to let you know that you have won the John Addison Porter Prize for your senior thesis, Litigating Landlessness, the U.S. Department of the Interior and First Circuit Court's Appropriations of Self-Government in Puerto Rico. This award is given for a written work of scholarship in any field in which it is possible through original effort to gather and relate facts and to make it the product of general human interest. Congratulations. Dean Robles will now announce those students who will graduate with honors.
So when you hear your name, please remain standing. I begin with those 19 students who have graduated cum laude, which recognizes the seniors who graduated in the 30th percentile of their class as determined by grade point average. Again, please remain standing, and we're going to hold the applauses until I finish calling all the names. Jacqueline Almazan. Joshua Berry. Vishnu Baratan. Jake Burns. Morgan Chen. Nina Geither. Adrian Hall. Grayson Lambert. Adam Levine. Elizabeth Lynn. Esther Luna. Aiden Magley. Prisha Mehta. Dylan Sevenacre. Elias Silver. Alex Sobrino. Sam Street. Lula Talenfeld. And Wendy Zhang. Let's give it to them. Now please join me in honoring the following excellent students. Now I call on 9 students who graduated today magna cum laude, which recognizes seniors who graduate in the top 15% of their class as determined by grade point average. Again, when you hear a name, remain standing. Eli Buckdahl. Lucy Calcutt. Andrew Kramer. Lexi Kim. Madeline Levine. Tejas Musasami. Chisholm Ofomata. Tushar Patel. And Abigail Jadigar. Congratulations. Now please join me in honoring the following students in the same process. Remain standing. 7 students who graduated today summa cum laude, the highest distinction which recognizes those graduates in the top 5% of the graduating class. As I ask the students again, remain standing. Davina Agarwal. Sydney Benson. Jen Bursch. Jordan Horseman. William Lin. April Morales. And Andrew Sonnenberg. Now we will congratulate the inductees into Phi Beta Kappa, honoring those students who have received the highest percentage of straight A's among their classmates. The first student is one student who was inducted as a junior last year. Please stand, Davina Aguilar. Remain standing. The next four students were inducted as well. Sydney Benson, Jem Bursch, Jordan Hirschman, and River Smith. Finally, we asked 7 students who were inducted Phi Beta Kappa on Saturday, May 17th. Eli Buchtel, Madeline Levin, William Min, April Morales, Chisom Ofumata, and Abigail Jadigar. Congratulations.
An impressive number of Jonathan Edwards seniors have been awarded academic prizes for exceptional achievement in specific departments. I would ask each to stand when I read your name. You will each find a further description of your prize in your diploma folders. Families, please hold your applause until the end. Nasser Eid, the Pickens Prize for African American Studies. Ximena Levia Peralta, the Fleischer Prize for Chemistry. Esther Luna, the Montaigne Prize for French Language. Dean Senta, the Williams Prize for East Asian Studies. Jem Birch, the Gordon Barber Memorial Prize for Poetry. Prisha Mehta, the Hubbard Curtis Prize for Creative Writing. Madeline Levin, the Ralph Payne Memorial Prize for English. Carmen Lopez Villamel, the Justice Carlos R. Moreno Prize for an essay on Latino experience, and the Diane Kaplan Memorial Prize for an essay using Yale Library Special Collections. Bryn Moss, the Obernour Prize for Religious Studies, and the DeForest Prize for Oration. Bluebell Carroll, the Van Sideren Book Collecting Prize, and the Wallace Prize for the Yale Daily News. Joshua Gonzalez, the Lohman Ann Van Sideren Prize, honorable mention for excellence in undergraduate printing. Please congratulate these prize winners. JE College itself traditionally presents to its seniors a number of special awards. We are now going to re-announce some that JE has already awarded. I would ask each of those I mentioned to stand when I read your name, and please remain standing until I'm through with all the names. Audience, oh, you're going to clap. At the senior dinner this spring, as an award in memory of the first head of this college and in honor of an intellectual and extracurricular leader of the class, we elected the Robert Dudley French Scholar. That person this year was Jordan Hirschman. Yeah!
We also chose our commencement marshals, two well-loved and respected members of the class of 2025, Allison Lee and Joanna Ruiz. JE's John Chester Adam Cup went to a member of the class conspicuous for intellectual distinction, friendliness, and loyalty, Aiden Magley.
We presented the Edgar J. Bull Prize, which honors a graduate who's promoted the cohesiveness of the college community, to Liam Varela. The new prize, which honors that student whose activities outside the walls of Jonathan Edwards enhanced the distinction of the college, went to Wendy Zhang.
The Perkins Prize for IM Excellence in the college spirit went to Dean Senta and James Richardson.
We then announced two campus-wide awards given by the Council of the Heads of College. The first was the Thompson Prize for Promise of Moral Leadership, which went to Allison Lee. The second was the Chandler Award for Strength of Character and High Moral Purpose, which went to Jacqueline Almazan. All of you who we just mentioned, stand up once again so we can. We will now turn to other JE prizes that are announced for the first time at this ceremony. I'm exceptionally grateful to the fellows of this college who elected to join committees that determine these prizes, and a hard job it was. Again, you will each find a further description of the prize in your diploma folders. Dean Robles, you'll join me. May I ask that you start?
We present the first Fellows Prize to the student who, after 4 complete years of study, has achieved the highest academic standing during their entire career at Yale. This year, the prize will be split between 2 students who have both earned an incredible 4.0 GPA. Davina Agarwal and April Morales. Davina and April, you have all contributed so much to our college that it's almost insulting to reduce your accomplishments to a mere number. However, that number is a perfect 4.0. We can't help but to be impressed. Come on. Congratulations to you both.
Now we present the prizes that our fellows have chosen for excellence in arts and creative writing. Audience, please hold your applause until all citations are read. Will the following students please stand? Jem Birch, Prisha Mehta, and Abigail Yadigar. Abigail, you have dominated the a cappella scene for 4 years with your mighty tenor voice and the joy you radiate in each song. Our judges found your compilation of vocal performances to be a musical tour de force worthy of the Arts Prize. Jem, your collection of poems, including a poem entitled 13 Ways of Looking at a Hedgehog, impressed our judges greatly with its creativity, whimsy, and colorful use of language. You have won the Creative Writing Prize. Prisha, your short story collection, Substitute, Flight, and Crisis, delves deeply into the interior lives of very flawed but always sympathetic human beings. For your excellent crafting of the nuances of character, you've also won the Creative Writing Prize.
Next are the prizes provided by the Henry Edwards Ellsworth Fund for Excellence in Humanities and Social Sciences. Would the following students please stand? Andrew Kramer. And Ariel Moore. Ariel, your senior essay entitled Breaking Silence, Sansei Women's Reproductive Health Activism was called an art of utmost importance by one of our readers. You trace the sexist and racist oppression faced by Japanese American women regarding reproductive health, and although the time period was the 1960s, your observations resonate today. We award you the Humanities Prize. Andrew, your thesis entitled Core Issues Make Competent Voters explores the role of single-issue voters' knowledge and it is outside the influence of American voting decisions. Your work has potential to influence electoral reform and change campaign strategies. And for this solid accomplishment, you have won the Social Science Prize.
The final prizes that we award tonight include Saslow Prize for an essay related to a constitutional issue, the Schubert Prize for Journalism, and the Constant Baker Motley Prize, which is given in honor of JE graduate Constance Royster, class of '72, for an exceptional paper involving equal justice under the law. Please stand. Jacqueline Almazan, Elizabeth Lynn, and Chisholm Okamata. Jacqueline, your essay, Google Research in Ghana's Investigating Community Organizing as a Lay Representation Movement during the debate over Arizona's Senate Bill 1070. This bill was the broadest and harshest anti-immigration law in America when it was passed 15 years ago, and your history of those who resisted was judged powerful and original. We award you the Saslow Prize. Elizabeth, your short prose piece, The Invisible Pills, captures the inner world of those who suffer chronic pain. One judge said, "You make us feel what others cannot see," and shed light on those whose illnesses do not show to the public. For a powerful work of nonfiction, you've won the Schubert Prize. Chisholm, your essay entitled Triple Intersectional Invisibility, Uncovering the Experiences of Black, Deaf, and Hard of Hearing Mothers, documents difficulties that minority and disabled mothers continue to face even 20 years after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed. For an astute piece of work that we hope will lead to better pre- and postnatal care for all women, we award you the Constant Baker Motley Prize.
Today is a meaningful day for many reasons, especially for the families who have supported you every step of the way. Those of you all the way in the back and around, thank you. You have leaned on them for guidance, for comfort, for strength, through the quiet moments and your major milestones. Speaking of milestones, your time at JE and at Yale has been full of turning points. Think back for a second about your admissions letter. The joy, the disbelief, and the dream that it unlocked. Then became in moving day. I heard it was raining that day. At least that was what I was told. When you first met your first swim mates, and then you took that brave step into a new chapter of your life. You chose your majors. Well, some of you more than once, I guess. And then you began to shape your academic path. You joined clubs, discovered passions, and formed friendships that redefined your experience here. So take a second and look who's next to you. To our student athletes, from recruitment, remember when you were recruited, your first match, how nervous you were, and your final game. What a journey it's been. Some of you studied abroad and navigated unfamiliar languages and cultures. Others wrote senior theses that pushed the boundaries of your thinking. Some of you fell in love, more than once, maybe. And yes, some of you asked for your first dean's extension. Maybe more than once. But no matter the moment, big or small, you met each turning point with resilience, curiosity, and heart. You've accomplished so much here, but more importantly, you've grown into people who are ready. And I want to say that again. You are ready. You're ready not just for the world, but to shape it. Getting to know you this past year has been a huge honor for me and for my family. But more than that, it has given me a deep hope for the future. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud of you. Now you are about to receive your diplomas. This is the moment you've been waiting for. And that you have worked so hard for the last 4 years. So, this is how we're going to do this. When I call your name, you're going to come forward. I'm going to give you a diploma, and I'm going to shake your hand. You're going to make your way across the platform to meet head salesman, who will be in this corner here, your right and my left. There, you will hold your diploma with your left hand and shake his hand with the right. All of that while you take a fancy photo with him. Let me repeat that.